My fellow white American childhood trauma survivors, I promise you, you are never going to be able to unpack everything that happened to you and the shame around it if we don't have a conversation about anti-racism and white supremacy. Professionally, personally, sociologically, intellectually, I could point out to you the ways in which your childhood trauma is a direct result of how white supremacy and white supremacist culture penetrated your households and affected the ways in which your parents perpetually dehumanized you for their own ego, for their own benefit. And I can guarantee you that almost every single thing your parents ever did wrong to you that caused harm to you in such a significant way is a direct result of one of the 15 primary characteristics of white supremacy, one of the tenets of white supremacy. I too once believed that my childhood trauma had absolutely nothing to do with white supremacy or racism or anything of that nature, but I promise you, when you are raised in a country whose foundations, whose ethical foundations are rooted in the dehumanization of people, that culture penetrates your household. You have to understand the type of mental illness and cognitive dissonance to exist within our white grandparents for them to walk about the world thinking that they are good people or convincing themselves that they are good people while mutually dehumanizing and demoralizing Black, Indigenous people of color. That delusion and mental sickness affects the ways in which they raised our parents, which affects the ways our parents raised us. That is a culture that lives on within us. That is a mindset and sickness that lives on within us in the ways that we dehumanize and we demoralize not only other people that don't look like us, but ourselves and each other. If you are actually serious as a white person about breaking down and understanding your childhood trauma, you need to implement and understand anti-racism.